Hey there, guys. Welcome to another Civ study on Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition. Today, again, we will be looking at the Inca, and we are looking at their revolution, what it does, and how it works out. Now, there are some interesting things about what happens here, so I want you to pay attention now. Before we jump into it and actually unpause, you'll see that I've got set up in the order of how they're trained in the native buildings. You got the bowmen, your spearmen, your Chimu runners, the bolus warriors, huaracas, and macemen. So these are the units that are majorly affected, though your villagers are affected as well. They all become revolutionaries. And there's something really interesting that happens with that in mind. So let's go ahead and watch what happens when we trigger the revolution card. Now, I did test it out. This can only be sent once. It does not refresh in Age 5, though I feel that's a missed opportunity because it does cost quite a bit of resources to pull off this revolution. And you only get to do it once. So you only get one set of all these. But this is amazing. So if you've never played with the revolution card or you've been weary of it, don't be. It makes all of your things guard level. And the revolutionaries themselves are actually pretty powerful as well. So, I mean, all of your villagers becoming that is ridiculous. Now, you can actually go over the population camp by using the big button here. If you're at 99 and you use this button, you will actually pop up to 103 villagers. It does not respect the build limit. So keep that in mind. You can actually push yourself over the population limit with the Inca. I don't know how many people are aware of that, but that's how it works out. So let's see what happened. Our bowmen, they became guard skirmishers. Now keep in mind, these were completely unupgraded, and now they're guard level skirmishers. At this point, I'm not sure if these guys actually affect them or not, but let's go ahead and look at things and then toss those down and see if they actually affect our units, even though it says specifically for the Incan units. So like I said, our bowmen just became skirmishers. Now, our plumed spearmen just became revolutionaries, which, okay. That one seems odd to me. What was that? That's your Chimu runners. They actually become hussars. So of course, you know, they just have that high attack. Nothing real special about them. So now they're much more vulnerable to, say, something like artillery. So that's something to keep in mind. That they will switch over to the specific stats and bonuses of these other things. Now that doesn't mean to not upgrade your other warriors, because unfortunately, that's all you get, which is what you had trained. So let's keep going on. Our bolus warriors, which this makes no sense to me. The bolus warriors are the ones that become grenadiers. The huaraca also becomes skirmishers, so they stop becoming your artillery, which is really bizarre to me. So keep that in mind. And your club, your macemen, they become light cannons. Now this also does not respect the population limit, so if you have just nothing but the macemen and you throw this down, you're gonna have a crap ton of cannons, like an absurd amount of cannons. I cannot stress how ridiculous that is. Alright, going on. You'll see that all of our villagers also become revolutionaries, so they stop working in your farms and stuff. But there are cards you can pick up that will allow you to use your native embassies to pop out villagers faster. Of course, you can always have thrown down the whole bunch of town centers. But you notice something odd here? Let's zoom in. What's going on up here? Well, first off, they're laying down on the job. I don't know what's up with that. But we have 25 revolutionaries inside our community plaza. And look at their stats, right? 200, they can do damage. Like, it's pretty nuts. But we can't assign them there. So before you trigger this, you should definitely make sure you fill out your plaza. It will make them... it will make them substantially stronger to defend the actual community plaza. One thing I've noticed is some people, like, I mean, while they will try to take out your housing, which is not a smart thing to do when you're facing the Inca, you're facing a lot of hit points that you don't normally have to do. But yeah, so now you've got these defenders of your community plaza that are still giving you that buff. I'm pretty sure that's a bug, not a feature, but because they're already assigned there, they're going to continue doing that. They don't actually stop doing that. Though these guys laying down on the job is just absolutely cracking me up. Now, like I said, this does only work once. But notice now that we actually have a 0 population cap. So now with these guys in there, if I was to start refilling up all my villagers, I could get to that 99 cap. If I really want to, then I could hit my big button after that, have 103 villagers running around with a 224 bonus. So if you use the revolutionary card correctly, you end up, and I'm pretty sure this is still a bug, not a feature, you end up being able to take maximum effect of your gather bonus and still able to throw out 99 villagers, 103 if you use the big button and don't respect that limit. So that's how the revolution works. Just make a whole bunch of macemen. If we look at our macemen, like compared to cannons, 150, 150, pop 3. Most cannons are pop 6. So keep that in mind. You can double up the amount. Like, you could go, like, 50 macemen will cost you 150 population, of course. So you're probably not going to get that running around at any time soon. So, but you can make like a group of 25. That's a 75 population cap. Now 25 cannons, if you do the math, that's 120, 150 population right there. So if so you would have this massive revolutionaries to protect your cannons, and then the cannons will just ruin everything. And we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna carefully, well, we're gonna first select all of our revolutionaries. And we're gonna unselect these guys very carefully. Okay, screw that. We're gonna do it the old-fashioned way. I'll grab them. Oh, I guess you can grab the war chief as well. That's not as much of an issue. Now, keep in mind, I did not max out my villager count or anything. And that's just how this worked out. I had a few farms and whatnot. But now, even if you're just using the revolutionaries you got, which remember, the spearmen do become revolutionaries. So if you're using spearmen to defend yourself from like hussars and stuff like that, which is a pretty decent way to think about it, then you have all of these revolutionaries. Though I would suggest taking the revolutionaries from the villager pool, because then each one of these is removing your spearmen. Which it seems odd that they become revolutionaries to me, but like even if you were to have just a small army and trigger that, I mean it's 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. It is not a cheap card whatsoever. It costs the same as any revolution, but it is designed to make sure that you don't like really screw yourself over, because they don't actually have a real revolution, so you can still produce your villagers and stuff. And like I said, that just allows you to really break some norms. So I could even come over here and be like, you know what, let's do the extra damage. So now I've got Tupac. You know, this is Tupac's rebellion. So come on, Tupac, let's do this. Alright, so the cannons will take a bit to get down there, but like, imagine, man, just having that many cannons. In fact, I think I will do a second revolution video just to show what happens with that. But like, boom. Now we've got a whole bunch of revolutionaries protecting our cannons. Our cannons are just not respecting anything else. Like, I can rip through their torps with just 5 of them. Oh, they've got a cannon up there too. Oh, no, they don't. So, like, I mean, if you just have this massive cannons, it doesn't matter how much their artillery is set up. You're just not respecting their limits whatsoever. Obviously, I'm going to get wrecked down here because they've got all of these, their own cannons right down here. There we go. Here, get rid of these cannons, guys. Yep, now we're just ripping through their stuff. Now I'm down to, yeah, I've still got 5 cannons. So, like, a massive 20 macemen becoming 20 cannons. Who's gonna try and mess with that? That is like a I win button right there. Oh my god, this is great. And I didn't even like really pull this out. So that is just, oh my goodness. I'm sure this is going to get patched at some point because people are going to start abusing this. I don't think people were aware of how silly you could get this going. And with your like Concha house food, just that alone is doing this, pumping up my food right here. That's the 24 food per second. They're getting my wood. I don't have anyone getting me coin right now, which I probably should. But like, yeah, that is absolutely not, like, look at that. I faced a whole bunch of stuff, and I still have a whole bunch of revolutionaries. Like, what are they considered? They're considered heavy infantry, so... And, you know, you've just got light artillery, though we look at what they do 3 times damage to building, 3 times damage to infantry, 2 times damage to infantry, 3 times damage to ships, and 2 times bonus damage to artillery. So they are just disgusting. I mean, this is insane. I mean, yeah, you do get your light cannon from here, or your field cannons, which are essentially, you know, the light cannon, just, you know. Oh my god, this is an absolute riot. So just imagine this. Like, you got a 3 population cap unit become a 6 population cap unit, so they're just not going to respect the population boundaries whatsoever. So you're going to max out your military, hopefully with as many macemen as you can, and you're going to turn all of your dudes into revolutionaries. They're going to tank everything for all of your guys. In fact, you know what? I am going to end up making a revolution follow-up video just so you can see how disgusting the revolution can get. But for now, this is how the revolution works. That is exactly how the troops become what they become. Your bowmen become skirmishers, your spearmen become revolutionaries, your Chimu runners become hussars, your, what are they? Your bolus warriors become the grenadiers. Weird. The Horakas are the ones that become more skirmishers. Weird, that should have been the Bolas warriors. And your macemen become this. So I'm gonna go ahead and start and reload this point and really fill out my stuff properly to get ready to show you how truly disgusting this can become. Because on top of what we have done right here, we're getting our plus 27% damage to all of this. So, you know, 30 damage. Your field cannons are at 70 damage and stuff like that. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video when we look at how disgusting this revolution can become. And I mean, this is a standard computer, but we're just going to completely punish them for being bad at the game. So, I'll see you guys next time. Victory! Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll see you next time.